Hey guys, welcome back to Wind Waker Randomizer number 3, playing as Ganondorf. A few years have passed. Andros has again invaded the Lilat system. General Pepper has turned to a new Star Fox team headed by Fox McCloud to save Corneria and free the Lilat system once again. Dun, 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 dun. Stab your face, spin around, give me that stick, please. Thank you. Star Fox 64, man. Taking it to the grave, it's amazing. I'm telling you, the N64 has some crazy... They were packing some punches. Especially in their end credit songs. Mario 64, Ocarina of Time, and Star Fox 64. They're like the holy trinity of staff credits music. Majora's Mask had a good one too, but I don't know. It didn't have the same... I don't know what you would even call it. But Mario 64 definitely has it. Especially the final moments of Ocarina of Time when it says presented by Nintendo and it's got the Master Sword on the screen and everything's just going nuts. Kind of like the screen is right now. What's going on? I have the VSync option checked, and that's normally supposed to fix crap. I don't know. I don't know. I liked this Ganon voice at first, but every now and then, like that. But it makes sense if they ripped it from Smash Ultimate. That was my first reaction when I heard Ganon in that game. I was like, that doesn't sound like the Ganondorf I remember from like 3 games where he was prominent. That's right. Ganon is learning. If you want that Triforce of Power, you gotta work for it. Hold a bomb over your head every day. Yeah, the screen is definitely shaking more than it's supposed to in this area. Like, I know there's some kind of effect. Could be the video card, that would make sense. It's caused other problems. Whatever. This is why I like to play on genuine hardware as opposed to emulators. That's supposed to be the map normally, right? Jeez, that sounded painful. I never heard a Ganon noise like that before. No, I think everything after the N64, emulators kind of do it a little bit weird. Unless you have just everything perfect to make it work. But I get it, you can make the quality better than the actual console, but it's just easier to have it as it's meant to be and record it. No worries. I think this is my favorite Wind Waker dungeon. I guess the forest one is alright too, but everything after that is kind of forgettable. What is after that? There isn't a third one for the pearl, you just get the pearl. So then you go to the Tower of Gods, which is... Actually, that one's kind of annoying because of the statues. And then the Earth one, which is like the zombie town. And the wind... Yeah! I don't know. I remember loving this game as a kid. And I loved it for a while after that. But having replayed it a number of times now, I just really don't like the dungeons too much, aside from this one. Whoops, how do you do this? I'm being stupid. That looks so stupid. What am I missing here? Just the silence and the hook. Clearly missing for the 3rd time very slowly. There we go, whoops. Alright, I did that on purpose for the cutscene. Nah. I'm telling you, I don't remember this game. This has all gone out of my head. I don't know why. Oh yes, we go in here. Wait, is this the room that has the crazy path on the right that I didn't even realize until the second randomizer I played? Yes, it is. I can see it on the map. Also, look how the keys are not above the rupees. It's like the keys are in a 4:3 aspect ratio where they're supposed to be, and the rupees are moved over to fit the widescreen hack, code, whatever it is. And the magic is still messed up, but I read that the magic will fix itself once you find the magic extension. And on that note, I still don't know why I have magic. Unless that's just a standard thing you start with now? Because I definitely didn't add it to the starting list. All I put there was the grapple hook. Hopefully this fire lasts, so I can check that thing. Jeez, so mad at the torch. Yeah, this is the thing. I was missing a small key in one of those, like the second seed or something. I had to come all the way back here. It's just the map, but at least we checked. Yeah, I know I could play games in either 4:3 or 16:9, but sometimes it's annoying. Like, I prefer 16:9 with YouTube stuff. It makes making the thumbnails easier if you're gonna use a snapshot from the video. I can tell you that much. Because when I was doing all that 4:3, 480p Animal Crossing stuff, that was... all the thumbnails were coming out weird. What the heck? I don't remember how to play. So, hopefully you guys are doing alright sitting inside, avoiding the coronavirus or whatever, if that's still a thing happening. I mean, it should be. I plan to just put this out a couple days after all this news got crazy. What the heck? That's right, obey your master. I can't wait for Animal Crossing. We're days away from it now. Like mere days, seconds. I still have one final concern about it though. Not the game itself. Just if this stuff continues in the world, will the store be open? Because I definitely want a physical copy, and I don't really pre-order crap. You've never seen such a boyish, cautious Ganondorf before. It's definitely kind of weird. From this side, he kind of looks like Wanda Sykes with orange hair. I don't know why. It's such a random observation. I do like the idea of playing as a Gerudo, though. It doesn't even have to be Ganondorf. I just want to see an offshoot Zelda game like that, where you, from the start, customize a character, pick the Zelda race that you want to play as, customize all kinds of crap, and then carry on in some kind of... I guess it's like the Elder Scrolls video I made, right? The Elder Scrolls Hyrule discussion thing. There's so many ideas. For every Nintendo franchise, really. But you gotta wonder, somebody working for the company probably also had similar ideas. But it's one thing to have a really cool idea, and then a whole other thing to make a game and actually get it out there with good quality and all that crap. I always wonder how that works. Like, how do those sit-down meetings go? Where somebody proposes an idea. After the idea is proposed, what happens? Who has to okay it? And then how does work begin on it? I'm curious about all that stuff. Treasure chart number 23. That's deja vu. I just got a flashback to opening that same exact chest, seeing number 23 and saying something about Michael Jordan in that exact same spot. Now I'm curious if that happened in one of the previous seeds or not. These guys make the weirdest noise. A butter statue. We've gotten a lot of them back to back in not too... Well, that's what back to back is, not too much time in between, whatever. I can't speak anymore. I'm tired. Gotta go to sleep. You know what also would be interesting? Well, it's like a real-time strategy Zelda game, because I say that because it's the only thing I can think of that has this, where you're constantly managing resources, and then of course as they grow, you're able to purchase other buildings and plop them down and build them and stuff. Like, that would be another cool thing. Number 15. I guess kind of like a Dragon Quest Builders type deal, but Zelda. Although that's not real-time strategy, that's... I mean, that would work too, that kind of a game. That would actually work better than, like, I don't know how real-time strategy would work with Zelda. Because with those, you usually think of those war games and stuff. But I mean, given this open-ended ending, if you even want to call it that, of Breath of the Wild, it really does plant that seed into your head, the idea of rebuilding Hyrule, and there you go. Perfect offshoot game. Then again, we don't really know what they're gonna do with the second one. I have a feeling we're gonna learn a little bit more, though. There's rumors going around that there's gonna be 2 Nintendo Directs, but then again, there's always rumors about Nintendo Directs. But with the cancellation of E3 and everything, this makes you wonder what they're gonna do. Are they gonna do a double dose of information, or just kind of the standard stuff that they would have shown at E3 anyway? They did do a Smash Ultimate treehouse thing from wherever they were. They weren't at the E3 floor. I always enjoy those. And a lot of the treehouse people quit. Not like out of anger or anything, they just moved on with their careers. One of the girls got promoted, Sam something? I forget her last name. I say Robertson or something? It was always interesting seeing them present stuff. You could tell they kind of had a camaraderie or something. Just playing games. Singing songs. Eating snacks. That's the life. Why isn't this working? That's right. Man, landed perfect and the game froze for a second. That's right. I knew there was something over there. Ah, yes, we gotta make more platforms. I don't like coming into these rooms because the shaking screen. Oops, oh, that's right. We gotta take care of them. I'm not gonna make it. Oh wait, no, it doesn't, you don't need it for this part. It's this. Go! Ah, Lord! I was too hasty. That's the price that we pay. See, Ganon is learning. At what age did Ganon get the Triforce of Power? Actually, that is true. Are they born with it? Like, maybe it's Maybelline? Maybe she's born with it. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, the things. I wonder how many slogans clog up the space in my brain. I would like to see a mock-up picture of that, though. Ganondorf and the Triforce of Power, but as a Maybelline ad. And somehow make it look like makeup. I don't know. What's happening here? He got stuck, and then I was waiting for the prompt. That's right. Breath of the Wild doesn't have that, right? I guess the Flurry Rush replaced those quick time things. If that's what you... No, it's not even quick time, is it? It's something. We got another one! That's right! Ganon's coming. And when we assemble the Triforce of Power, nothing's gonna happen because it's not actually Ganondorf. Duh, he said. I don't know, there's not too many games that let you play as the bad guy. And therein lies the problem. I don't know, maybe it's just because what's the point? But why does the heroes always have to win? That's not true to life. Or is it? Bad guys have a long run sometimes. Maybe in the end the heroes win. Awesome music though is coming, I know that much. Yes. What is this mutiny? Tried to stab along to the beat of the music. Wanda Sykes coming at you. From the side, I swear, it looks like Wanda Sykes. I don't know why. That's what I see. And you will see it too, baby. This is actually a perfect scenario of a Ganondorf game, though. A mutiny. Just all the minions gathering together in a one-off stand. Ganon has to beat them all and prove his worth as their leader. Or just teach them a lesson. Actually, what's happening here? Let's not die on a moblin. That's right, stealing your life, stabbing your nose. They make it sound so painful. Well, I guess there's the Hyrule Warriors game, right? A jelly donut! You can't tell me it doesn't look like it's made of the jelly donut stuff. I will forever see that. I haven't had a jelly donut in a while. Not true, I did get Dunkin' Donuts Munchkins about a month ago. And I think there was a few jellies snuck in there. I like jelly donuts. And so should you. I don't know. It's probably not good for you. Well, it's a donut. And the jelly is pure sugar, so yeah, it's not good for you. But it makes your heart happy. Your internal figurative heart. As opposed to your external real heart? Are we the tyrant from Resident Evil? I never understood in that game how you shoot him with the Magnum and it literally hits his heart that is outside of his chest and explodes, yet he still walks. How's that not an instant kill? You think it would just rupture the organ entirely. Well, let's not talk about these things. It makes me squeamish. That is actually true, though. I remember all the health classes learning about blood things. I get like a prickly feeling. I guess that's what squeamish is. Whoa, what was that? His butt hit him like 5 times in a row. That's right. And he just dropped kicked me. Did you see that? Bokoblin for Smash. It is a Bokoblin, right? They change how they look based on the Zelda timeline things. That is a neat feature, though, how they keep the rupee counts and enemy designs the same based on where in the Zelda timeline the game takes place. Or maybe it's all coincidence. Is there really a Zelda timeline, or did they just kind of say that there was? There's coincidences, yes. No, I don't know. I like to believe it. I was really big into that stuff for a while. I remember at one point I didn't realize Wind Waker was not part of the Majora's Mask timeline. I thought that's why the hero didn't show up in Wind Waker, is because he was in Termina. But then it turns out we're talking 2 different timelines. Dang it! That happens all the time! I cannot quick spin that thing. That's another Back to the Future quote. What does he say? After he knocks him out. Doc opens the door, knocks him out. He's like, you're not gonna believe this! We gotta go back to 1955! He's like, I don't believe it! Unbelievable that Biff would choose that date. Then again, it could be a mere coincidence. It's something like that. I can't remember the line. I just watched it. The facial expressions of Doc Brown are amazing. Especially in the intro to Back to the Future 3. Because it takes place, he just sent Marty back in time. And right after the DeLorean disappears, he comes running around the corner at the end of the Back to the Future 2. And then it opens up with that in Back to the Future 3. He freaks out. He's like, it doesn't make sense that you're here, and I refuse to believe that you're not here, and he slams the door.
It doesn't make sense for you to be here, I refuse to believe that you are here.
I don't have the tingle tuner. Or bombs. And there's a tingle chest right there on the left. Ain't it a shame we can't get it? That said, though, I believe I omitted them from being important. I can't remember if that's even an option, actually. I think it is. Oddly, too, speaking of odd things, the boss key is in its usual spot. I don't think that's always the case, but I can't remember. So probably the fastest way out of here is to save and quit and then use the warp pots. Warp pots. The word pots is weird. Alright, let's get on with things. But first, that's right. Alright, Goma, even though it looks like a whole different kind of Goma from Ocarina of Time and other such games. Oh, that would have been sweet to land right on his eye. Probably in Breath of the Wild you can pull something like that off. I'm still very curious. I want to see more about that game, dude. I hope Zelda is playable. That would be everything and more. Or something. It would be something. Uh-oh. The music's already honking. Like a goose that's on the table. It's a weird lyric in that song. I remember as a kid I always laughed at it. Do I know how to play anymore? The answer is no. Man. There's another line from that Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer song that I always laughed at. The pudding made a fade. Oh. What? What does that even mean? Very strange song indeed. Please don't hit me with the fire. I know that has happened to me before, but normally you don't even have to do anything but hook it again right away. Also, isn't there a chest in this room? No, there's just pots with hearts. Don't get too excited. So what are we doing this for exactly? This does not guarantee Din's Pearl. The heart container is something, though. This is very forgettable boss music. I don't know, I think it's because the story of this game is so good. But these randomizers, it just erases all of that, so you're just left with everything else about the game, which, compared to other Zeldas, is not that great. Although the sailing, I do enjoy the sailing, which is usually the thing people complain about in this game. Yeah, that's right, I'm your master, get over here. And just like that, it's done. Trying to think of some my favorite Zelda moments. Hyrule Castle of Breath of the Wild is one of them. It's a Triforce piece! Yeah, jump and cheer, Ganon! It's just what you want. Seriously, they're everywhere, man. How many is that? There's 8 total in the game, right? There is a new feature you can pick and choose how many you want to start with, so you could start with all 8 of these things. 4 more to go, that's half. That would make sense. Oh, that was the heart container. I got confused. I was about to leave without picking it up. Well, since we did a whole dungeon, that's probably an episode right there. I don't even know where to go from here. I didn't get anything. I got stuff, but... Well, we have charts. So, looks like back to the ocean. I'm fine with that. I wish I had bombs, though, or the boomerang. Some way to do things. Yeah. Not really much sense carrying on. Where are... What did we get? That's angular isles, I think? Diamond step is my guess. Triangle something. I don't know. I don't remember these things. That's... I don't know. It's something to sit and ponder. Anyway, that's the end of this episode. We'll figure it out next time. Thanks for watching. See you then, and take care. Don't get sick.